abort mission, please. Welcome, my name is Cassie. I hope you're having a good day or had a good day wherever you may be in this world. Today I'm going to be using my hands to blend out my entire makeup routine. I'm literally going to do everything by hand. I feel like some people kind of cheat, but I mean, I do have some brushes that I could use, but yesterday was makeup brush washing day, so I have all of my brushes on the towel down here. But I've honestly been wanting to do this video for so long, and to be 100% honest, when I was in high school, I literally used to use my hands to blend out my foundation. And I always thought it looked really good, and now I feel like we are in like a world where we are so used to sponges and makeup brushes and those little pads to put on our makeup that, like, when people say fingers, you're like, girl, what? I mean, I know that when I color match somebody at my job and I'm like, well, how do you normally apply your foundation? They're like, with my hands. I'm like, girl, you need a little bit of help. But yeah, so I wanted to put it all to the test. I literally have everything, including loose powder. So I didn't want to give any spoilers out in the beginning of this video, so I'm here live with my dark circles, and yeah, we're gonna jump right into doing all this craziness with our fingers. Also, I do not have any rings or anything on my hands today because I do not want to get cakey makeup and all of that on my hands. I already hate the feeling when I use a sponge. Yeah, anyways, I will explain when we get into the video. Anyways, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel because I upload twice a week, once on Wednesdays and once on Sundays, and it's also free, and we all love free things. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's my normal intro. We'll roll with it. Last week I used heat on my hair. Well, last hair wash, I used heat on my hair. This hair wash, no heat, and I left a leave-in conditioner. So if my hair is looking wild, that's because it is wild. Okay, so first things first, this really isn't a shocker to me because I always use my hands to apply my primer. If you're just wasting a brush applying your primer, you must have extra time than I do. For primer today, I am using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I figured I would use something that I have not used in a while. And I'm just going to apply this where it is needed. If you hear that noise, my little sister is sending me Snapchats. I do plan on filming some Halloween stuff. I definitely want to get a little bit creative, dig into my creativity brains, get the brain flowing. I have a few ideas, but it's like I'll have an idea and then I go and do it and I'm like, what am I doing? It's like I just black out. Honestly, this primer used to be one of my favorites. I used to really love it. It just smooths out the skin. It's really similar to the Touch and Soul No Problem. What? It's really similar to the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer, except the Touch and Soul leaves my skin a little bit more smooth. For foundation today, I am using the Wet n Wild's Photo Focus Foundation. I feel like as the time goes on and this foundation kind of just sits in my drawer, it smells more and more like paint. So this was my favorite for a while, but ever since using the Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation, the Urban Decay Stay Naked, the Huda Beauty, the Too Faced Peach for whatever mattifying one, this isn't it. If you're somebody that doesn't have texture on your skin, this is really good, and I think it's really good by itself. I'm going to try it out, even though this isn't going to say much because I am using my hands and not my normal routine, so it's probably going to look really bad. But I mix this usually with the Makeup Revolution foundation, the conceal something. You know what I mean, I think. When I mix it, it's like I feel bad talking to people at work because it's like, I feel like they're staring at me and judging me like, girl, how are you selling high-end makeup and your makeup's looking like that? Like, yeah, it's just one of those things. But it's like high-end makeup is just so expensive that I don't want to wear it every single day. So I'm definitely not going to cheat with this. I'm just going to apply it on my skin. I am so nervous to blend this out with my hand, my fingers, because it's just gonna make a mess. If you use this foundation, do you love it? Do you still love it? Because for sure, like, for a while, this was the only foundation that I was using. I don't know how I could forget my entire packet of makeup remover wipes because we know my hands are about to get filthy. Filthy! I literally hate when I'm using my beauty sponge and blending out my foundation and then it's like I have that film, gross feeling on my hands. Like I wash my hands so many times during my makeup application. So here's taking me back to high school when I used to know nothing about makeup and thought I was slaying it. And I just spit. We're gonna be home soon, and I definitely want to have like my little sisters do my makeup or like a Q&A with my little sisters. If you would like to see that, give this video a thumbs up, and I really want to do one with my niece because she literally has a mind of her own, and she's 5 years old. She has a mind of her own, and it's just funny to see the things that she comes up with. But my little sisters, I always send them my makeup that I don't want, and they always play around with the makeup. And whenever I call them on video chat, they're like putting on my videos. And I don't know about you, but I get very, very weirded out when people are looking at my Facebook, looking at my Instagram, looking at any of my social medias, my photos in front of me. I just, like, do that on your own time. Don't do it in front of me. Am I the only one? So I'm just using a few fingers because I'm trying to make this, like, be good, actually. So I can already tell my forehead is definitely very splotchy, and I'm trying to go back and blend it. I want to say this foundation does dry a tiny, tiny bit, so don't sit there and ramble on like I'm doing. But I feel like with my fingers, as the blender outer, it's really good with covering. Okay, I hate this feeling already. I hate it. Let me see how horrific this is looking. Okay, so like, my entire face is not bad, which surprisingly my nose isn't even that bad. Alright, this is better than what I thought. Yeah, this is actually better than what I thought. The only thing is I'm not a fan of this foundation anymore because, like I said, it just really looks super bad with my... So I don't shave my face, so I have peach fuzz, and my peach fuzz happens to be black because if you didn't know, I'm Portuguese. So I have coarse, thick, black hair, and like especially over here, and I don't want to shave it because I don't want to look like a man with a 5 o'clock shadow. So I leave it, but it's like, even just like my texture, it's just picked up, whereas like other foundations smooth it out, even without primer. So don't say it's the primer. Don't. Just shh. Quiet. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to use is concealer. Honestly, concealer I'm going to be using this Urban Decay Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. And I haven't used this in a while. I definitely want to use it to make sure that I'm still liking it. And I don't want to cheat by applying this with the brush onto my face, so I'm just going to put it on my finger and apply it here. Okay, this is actually not as light as I would normally like it. I feel like doing this with my finger, I can control how much product I put on because I can actually feel how much is on my finger and how much I'm actually like putting out there. Does that make sense to anybody, or am I just not smart? Just kidding. I know I'm smart. Alright, so I'm going to take my middle finger. Don't judge my nails. My husband did them. I told him I was going to tell everybody that my husband did my nails because I did them and they look like my 5-year-old niece did them. They're supposed to be like, so my pinky finger has nothing on it, but the ring fingers have like orange nails with purple like jack-o'-lantern faces. And the purple barely showed up, so that was a fail. And then my middle fingers are purple and they have white spider webs, but I couldn't figure out which way you were supposed to turn the inside of the spider web, so I messed it up and it pretty much just looked awful. And then blood splatters on my index fingers, which from there probably looks pretty good, but it looks like a child. And then my thumbs have blood splatters on them. So like instead of blood dripping, it's blood splatters. That doesn't look bad, but the nails that came out the best are definitely the pinkies because it's just color, there's no designs. Here I am using my finger like a sponge, literally just patting it out, which is a good habit to have. This concealer is not super thick and I appreciate that. Ever since doing my first episode of like Get Ready With Me story time of rude customers, I actually like sitting down and talking to the camera. Usually I'm like, let's get this done and over with, let's edit and upload, and that's that. But I like being able to give you story times of everyday life because I feel like a lot of times on YouTube, life can be portrayed to be perfect, and life is far from perfect for everybody, and everybody has struggles and struggles in the workplace. And I feel like, yeah, I just don't want to get too into it. I definitely want to keep going. I have like 3 more stories to tell. So if you want to see that video really soon, give this video a thumbs up. I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload it in the month of October because I would definitely want to focus more on like Halloween looks, but maybe in November and all of that. And I'm sure when the holidays get closer, I will have a ton more stories for you because everybody and their mother are out shopping. The next product I'm going to be using is this Fenty Beauty matchstick in the shade Amber. I wanted this because it is an ashy shade and I love ashy shades for contours. Rub this in on my finger, smudge it around a little bit. Oh my gosh, this literally feels like, ugh, I don't even know. Just, it feels so thick. I'm going to use this Cover FX glitter drops in the shade Nova. We had the Cover FX representative come in. She was super chill. I learned a lot from her because I did not know a lot about Cover FX, but now I'm able to like sell it with confidence because I know about it. And she told me just use a tiny bit of these, but I feel like they just take my makeup off, and just pat this in to the tops of my cheeks. And I'm not the type of person to mix this in with my foundation because your girl has oily skin and I don't want glitter all over my face. That's just a no. And if I did that, I would literally probably get pimples everywhere the next day. I don't have sensitive skin, but glitter and coconut oil, not my friend. It doesn't look bad, for once. So we're gonna go with my powder, and I feel like this is the most, like, how the heck am I gonna do this without pounding on the cakes? But we're using the Airspun, and I'm just gonna use 2 fingers. Oh, this is not okay. Oh yeah, good thing I'm not wearing this out because Flashback Mary would be here in an instant. But I do have to say, with the brush, I never get flashback with the Coty Airspun. Anybody else's nose gets so itchy when they put on makeup. I'm not allergic, I'm not, because my whole face would freak out, but it's just so frustrating. No, but for real, if I was to use this on a flash photography, girl, I'm gonna look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Like Casper's mom, because like I gave birth to him. This is awful. Alright, let me see if this works. Oh my gosh, this is so bad for my skin. This reminds me of when my husband puts on his moisturizer. He's always like, like, dude, what are you doing over there with your skin? Whoa, I'm not very light. I'm not going to take my time. I don't have time for that. I'm like, well, you're kind of like defeating the purpose, just being super rough with your skin like that. Kind of didn't know what to do with my eyebrows. So I did bring out the Benefit Precisely My Brow, but because it's supposed to be using my fingers, I don't want to color on my finger with a brow pencil and then put it on. I'm telling you, I'm going all out for this video, and I definitely wanted to use all fingers. So instead I'm going to use the Brow Gal Brown Hair Brow in the shade 02. It's brown hair, but I have like close to black eyebrows, but it's all good. We can use the super dark shade. I used this for a while. So this is probably going to be like the hardest part because my pinky is not that skinny. Like I have very long skinny fingers, but my pinky is not that skinny unless maybe I do the side. Not even the side is that skinny. So if I walk out of here with caterpillar eyebrows like when I was 12 years old, it was for the video. It's an absolute fail. Oh my god. What the heck am I supposed to do here? I could clean it up with concealer, but I already went with powder, so we're just gonna roll with it. This is bad. Alright, so I am gonna use this NYX Control Freak Brow Setter. I just can't even look at myself in the viewfinder anymore because I just want to laugh at these brows. And the craziest thing is there's people out there that wear these brows on a daily basis. It is not me. Alright, I'm going to use the Control Freak, and again, I'm just going to put it on my finger because I'm not a cheater. It's either all or nothing, and it's just freaking ruined it. So for bronzer, we're going to use the NYX Matte Bronzer, and it's in the shade Light 01 Light. This is going to be awful, I already know. And I'm actually trying to blend this stuff in, make myself look good. So in person, that doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad in person, but on camera it probably looks like I got a big... Okay, I really can't look at these eyebrows in the camera like, that's bad. You just gotta think, like, people do this every day. Willingly. Maybe not the whole face, but like the foundation. If you do your whole face like this willingly, hell. You guys want to hear a little bit of a story time? This is just telling you about the people in the world and where I live and how people think that they're so entitled. Like, this man was definitely an older man, so he was not like in his 20s, 30s. He was probably like 60s, maybe even pushing 70s. So he posts about Sonic and how I guess he had like, do you know those cards that you buy usually from like high school sports teams to help raise money and like all of that? Alright, as I'm doing that, I'm going to put on my blush, and the blush that I'm using is the Pretty Vulgar Make Them Blush 111 Prim Vixen. Very, very intimidating in the pan, but when you put it on, it is not this intimidating. So, and yes, I'm going to use my fingers, okay? So, he posts on this group that I'm in for where I live, kind of like the town that I live in. And so, if you're familiar with the cards that sports teams sell or like schools sell, like say you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you get 20 cents off of a donut. You go to Sonic, you get a drink for 99 cents. But you like, they're all, pretty much like that company will put it on that card and grant that to everybody who purchases it. And you have to, it's like a coupon. You bring it to them, you show them, hey, this is what I got. Some people won't really be aware of it, but they'll see it on there, it's legit, then they'll compensate it. So this guy puts this whole story pretty much downgrading Sonic's employee for doing her job. So this was like what the man had said. I pull up to Sonic and order a drink, and I let her know that I have the card where you can get the Sonic sodas or whatever, like get a Sonic drink for 99 cents. And when she comes out, she asks me what card it is and if I can show her. And he's like, I told her I can't show her because it's in my other car, but I have it, so she needs to give it to me. And he was angry because she didn't give it to him because he didn't have it. So he was literally going on a tangent because he couldn't get his way because he didn't have the coupon with him. And I'm like, alright, honestly, you're the type of person I deal with at my job that will literally say like, oh, I got emailed this coupon, but I don't have it with me. Do you have it? No. If you don't have it, I don't have it. I'm not giving it to you either. Like, but people just are so entitled. Like, yeah, let me show up to a grocery store. I'm going to spend $300, and then I get up to the register, I'm going to tell you, hey, I'm paying for this, but my debit card is in my other car, so just cancel it all out, okay? I'm still going to take it home, but I do have my debit card, that's how I'm paying, but I don't have it with me. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Like, she did her job, you present it to me, I'll give you the coupon. That's that. I'm not going to show up to a store and be like, hey, there was a coupon in the mail for 50% off, but I don't have it with me. It's in my other house. Girl, if you don't bring me that coupon, you ain't getting that deal, okay? And you really want to hear about entitled? I'm not going to tell you in this video. It'll be in my next episode of dealing with rude customers. Oh yeah, that was a good one. That's a juicy story. But for shadow, I wanted to keep it simple. This look is coming right off. So I'm going to use this Ciao London Eyeliner Creme eyeshadow in the shade, what is this shade? Excuse me. Don't give me something and don't tell me the shade. So for lipstick, I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Bullet Lip Ammo. The Jeffree Star Lip Ammo in the shade Alien Tears. And this is just a very, very white sparkly shade. I don't even think I've used this yet. It's broken. I think the first person to use this was my niece. She loved the way it looked. This honestly really, really matches my eyeshadow. I don't know why I'm using my finger for this because it's not a brush when you put it on, but like I said, I wasn't going to cheat. So I did take out a primer water, but this horrendous look does not need to be set because it is coming right off. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I wouldn't say it was creative. I just think it was very hands-on, if you will. I would never wear this look out in public because I look like a doll with very pink rosy cheeks. If I'm being 100% honest, like if for some reason the world got rid of all of their brushes and all of the makeup sponges or any applications for makeup, anything that will help make it easier, and I had to use my hands, I probably would use my hands because it's not awful, it's just not good. And I think that if I had to do that, I would probably use cream products, all cream products, because powders just, no. I feel like if you're using your hands to apply this stuff and you come in and you ask me that you're looking, or tell me that you're looking for a new foundation because you don't like the way yours looks on your skin, and you tell me that you're applying with your fingers, what do you think I'm going to tell you? Oh, this was actually pretty fun. It wasn't as challenging as I thought it was going to be because I don't cheat, so definitely was not super challenging. It was a little bit when I first put the powder on because that was like, you saw. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Do not mind my brows. I literally cannot take myself seriously because my brows look horrendous. They literally look awful. And these rosy pink chinks, they gotta go. They just, please, if I ever look like this in public, let a girl know. But my husband is pretty honest and I don't think he would let me leave the house. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in my next video.